And we are live on Facebook and live on YouTube. Yay! And we set the timer going and say good morning. And let's start. Circle the shoulders. I'm also gently flexing the legs, bending and straightening the legs. The legs are about hip width or shoulder width apart. Circling the shoulders. Letting the movement rise up through the body, from the feet, through the hips to the shoulders, or if you care to think of it the other way, change direction. You can think of it as pushing down and pulling up with the shoulders. The point is that there is movement happening. Your body is gently saying, good morning. Change direction. Full range of motion, or as full a range of motion as you can with the shoulders. Doesn't have to be fast. Fast is not a prerequisite for this exercise. Warming up the shoulders and also change direction. Also beginning to warm up the muscles in the neck, and we will work on the neck next. If you're a regular, often we go from the sort of feet up to the head, more often than we go sort of down. But today, change to gently tilting your head side to side, relax the legs, bend the knees, sit the body diagonally backwards a little. Today we're going to start at the top, but instead of starting with the neck, I started with the shoulders because many years ago now I was working with a gentleman who taught personal trainers. So he was whatever it was, a personal trainer, and he always said that before you do neck exercises you should be certain to do those sort of shoulder rotations. And then look forward, tilt the head up, tuck the chin in, keeping the legs relaxed and bent, which can be quite challenging because when you're doing these sort of vertical neck exercises, there's a temptation for the body to sort of lift itself up. I guess part of your subconscious is kind of going, oh look, a ceiling, let's get closer to it. Why it doesn't work for the floor and why the body doesn't think, let's go lower. Maybe that's just me. What is it? Per Adjua ad Astra, I can't remember the reach for the stars quote. Not quote, motto is the word I want. Up and down. Okay, go back to the shoulders, rotate the shoulders. I'm also flexing the legs, not fully straightening them, just a gentle flexing. Change direction. Circle the arms forwards. You can either keep the legs still or you can flex the legs a little. Change direction. If you are flexing the legs with the next exercise, we're just going to relax the legs, bend them a little. We're not going to flex them. Arms out, palms up. Let me just move that way a bit. Legs still bent, circling that in small circles. Change direction. Here, lock the legs out. Sorry, it's not right. Don't lock the legs out, just have them sort of straight. And you are doing gentle circles with the trunk. So nothing extreme, just mobilizing. Well, what are we mobilizing with this? I suppose the spine, the waist. Oh, lots of muscles. Other direction. Now, as you know, sometimes when I do that, if you have joined me before, you will know, I sometimes do this a couple of times like this, and then I do the big deep movement. I'm not going to do the big deep movement today. I'm just going to reverse and reverse, that's now the time to do it, and I'm gently increasing it, but not by much. It's still a much, what's the word, smaller, controlled, relaxed movement than you will see me do sometimes, because we're starting from the top going downwards. Change direction. So normally I would have mobilized the waist a lot more by the time I got to this exercise. So I'm going the other way, and that for me requires that some of the exercises vary. I always try, I don't always succeed, I always try to respect my body and treat it with care. And straighten up and gently tilt from side to side. Now we're not going for length like that, we're just tilting the upper spine, and as we do it, the head's going to the side and we're raising the shoulder. That we, I hope, is thee and me. It's not a royal we, it's not delusions of grandeur. At least I hope it's not delusions of grandeur. Keep going. Excuse me. Next exercise is also for the upper spine, but it also is for the shoulders. Roll the shoulders forward, bend the spine forward, roll the shoulders back, bend the upper spine back. So it's not, I'm not going deep to the base of the spine with this. I'm just trying to go, I suppose, from about there, rolling it forward, rolling it back. That's, I'm also obviously pushing the chin down and in and back and up. hugely, but neither are they locked out. It's rare for me to lock the legs completely and circle the waist. Nice and gentle to begin with. Excuse me. Was me thinking. There should really be little thought balloons, or thought bubbles, whatever they're called. The things you can get in cartoons. It'd be kind of quite good if you had those. Whoops, I changed direction then a bit early, so change direction. What the heck? Live dangerously. I guess if you rotate the hips for 28 seconds in one direction and 32 in the other, it will probably not destroy any specific universe in the multiverse, which is a concept I cannot get my head around. Change direction, try and make the circle a bit bigger. The idea that there are a potentially infinite number of parallel worlds is like, whoa, I don't get that. And I don't mean sort of Marvel, DC Comics, whatever it is, multiverse. I mean quantum physicists multiverse. I have read a couple of things that are not scientific papers, but not just Aunt Jenny's thoughts kind of thing, that have some scientific basis to them. Because I'm a bit of a science geek, and yeah, it does my brain in. Too complex. The idea of lots of me, that's pretty scary. Lots of you might be great. Change, bring the feet in slightly, turn the waist, let the arms float around the body. Nice and relaxed. Let the legs relax and bend and make yourself sit back ever so slightly. Let the pelvis tuck under ever so slightly. The waist does the work. The arms are relaxed. Yesterday I divided the exercise routine up into 4 sections and said, do as many as you like or as few as you like. Today, just the way things are happening, looking that we've gone for about 13 minutes so far. Change, let the legs pulse up and down, the body stays straight, you're not wiggling it forwards and backwards. Body straight, legs pulsing up and down, arms relaxed. In fact we've gone for 13 and a half minutes. I think that will lead us to probably splitting the hour that I want to exercise for into 3 20-minute segments. So obviously you can stop at any time you like, but I will try and have some kind of plan is not the wrong word, but some kind of natural progression that takes us to 20 minutes for each of the 3 sections. So I'm currently working down the body, and yeah, we should get to a logical stopping or starting and stopping. Turn the waist, push up from one leg and then push up from the other. This is like, let me call it, let's see, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. So the legs are pulsing up quite quickly. They're not, what is the word I'm looking for? It's not a big movement at all. It's probably an inch, a couple of centimetres. But that pulsing up and down, coupled with the movement of the waist, results in the arms floating in a diagonal manner. Arms should be as relaxed as possible. And stop, and take a leg and circle it. Circle the knee. And change direction. And change to the other leg, circle the knee. Doesn't matter whether you do inside circles or outside circles first. I know sometimes my OCD kicks in and I try and do it exactly the opposite way on both sides, but change direction. Gently, not gently, I don't know why I said gently. Raise the arm and the leg together. Keep going, we'll just stick with this. Take the arm and the leg up and out to the side, up to the front, round to the side. Out to the side, round to the front. Change legs. Up to the front, out to the side. Out to the side, round to the front. Toe and the heel, raising the toe, raising the heel, letting the whole body relax and flow. Change to rolling it side to side. Change to the other foot, toe and heel. Now, 15 seconds we're going to change to side, not sorry, wait wait till we do it, I'll explain then. Just talk quickly for 15 seconds. Right, roll side to side. When I finish this, if you're with me, that will be 20 minutes and some seconds, so you can stop if you like. But if you'd like to carry on, we're going to switch back to the other foot and we're going to work up the body. So, toe and heel. Sorry, there we go, that's better. You can see me now. Toe and heel. So we're now going to do an up the body. Nice and relaxed with the toe and heel. I really am trying to sort of let the whole body relax. Now, side to side, and again, kind of letting the whole body relax. I don't want to, what's the word? I don't want to over-emphasize the movement in the body, but just let the ankle lead the way, as it were. So it's all very relaxed. Other than obviously the supporting leg has some tension in it, because otherwise you'd be a sort of floppy mess on the floor. That wouldn't do, would it? Other foot, up and down, toe and heel raises. Side to side. Nice, and trying to relax everything that doesn't need to be tense. From a health point of view, if you think of the body as a machine, the less tension in the machine, logically the less wear and tear in the machine. You're not grinding bits are moving smoothly. And I'm just moving slightly. Going back to knee rotations. Well, as I've said before, it's not just a knee rotation, it's knee, hip, pretty much everything. I mentioned just then about sort of letting the body be relaxed, which is brilliant from a health and wellness point of view. If you happen to be interested in the martial arts side of Tai Chi or change direction, or indeed any martial art, fluidity of motion and being relaxed, not being unnecessarily tense, not holding unnecessary tension in the body, is a prerequisite actually of high-level martial arts, whatever the art is. And whilst I've done Tai Chi, changed to the other leg, whilst I've done Tai Chi, 40 plus years, I also have 30 years plus experience of karate, and at a higher level, which I was, I'm not now, because I gave it up a few years ago. I'm not as young and strong as I used to be, not that I was ever strong, but you know what I mean. Yeah, same thing applies at a high level of karate. Or Taekwondo, change direction, or Capoeira, or Krav Maga, or Sistema, or Jiu-Jitsu, or BJJ, or you name it, being relaxed is, and fluid is important, whatever you're doing in life. There's obviously an exception, and I'm sure if you know of an absolute exception, please leave a comment, but I can't think of anything where being overly tense helps. Okay, we're going to raise the leg and the arm diagonally across the body. Switch to opposite hand and leg, arm and leg. doubles diagonally, same arm and leg. Doubles diagonally, opposite arm and leg. Feet slightly more than shoulder width, rotate the body, I guess. The legs relaxed, hips, knees, ankles relaxed, all of which helps you with that rotation. Rotation is forwards and backwards as well as side to side. Change direction. Direction. If you can make the circle a little bit bigger, that's great, but don't worry about it. Quote I liked back from many years ago when I used to teach corporate training sessions, and one of the subjects I taught was stress management, is the old quote about don't sweat the small stuff, and it is all small stuff. There's an awful lot of truth in that. Change direction. Most of the things that we all, myself included, consider as important in the grand scheme of things, or even in the thing of your own whole life, most of the things that we tend to worry about, they're not really that big a deal. But I think that's how the biological organism, how the mind works. So anyway, let us tilt side to side. Range of motion exercise to begin with. I'm not stretching, I'm just letting the body go side to side. When it goes ding, we're going to keep going. It's gone ding, we're going to keep going. Gently. Speed you do it at is whatever speed is comfortable for you. Nice and gently, not stretching, just letting the body go where it wants to go at the moment. Now, hold that position and just stretch down a little. Let it off very gently, come up, go to the other side, stretch a little. Relax, come up, but still being gentle, but just stretching a little. stay up, gently forwards and backwards. You might want to bring the feet in a little bit for this. Forwards and backwards, and here we're just doing it gently, so we're not thinking too much of stretching, we're just letting the body go forwards and backwards. For the forwards bit, I keep my hands down. For the backwards bit, sometimes I just let the hands hang loose. Other times I take the hands up, it just helps. But it's fairly gentle at this stage. I'm not trying to touch the floor, which I certainly can, but I'm just being relaxed to begin with. In approximately 6 seconds we will change that. So now stretch down a little, hold it there, gently come up. You may want to bend the knees and push up if that helps you get up gently. Gently stretch backwards, hold it there. Straighten up gently, bend forwards, stretch a little. Straighten up, lean back. Straighten up, go forwards. Bend the legs if you like, push up on the knees, lean back. And relax, circle the hips. Nice and gentle. Change direction. Feet comfortably wide. I'm going for just about a little bit more than shoulder width, and I'm going to let the upper body go round in circles while I'm holding the lower body fairly still. Ignore the ding for a minute. Well, actually we're going to ignore it for 20 seconds. Change direction. Now we're going to go for deeper circles. Obviously only do what you can do. So the whole body moving in a circle, backwards, sideways, forwards, sideways, backwards, etc. Change direction. And relax. I actually thought I heard a ding when it didn't, now it did. Bend the legs a little, sit back a little, circle the shoulders. Ah, that explains it. The ding came from the next room. Thus confusing me. I'm easily confused. Change direction. It's also getting blooming cold in this studio of mine today. I put the heater on first thing in the morning, but then turned it off because it's noisy. Well, it's a fan heater. It's entitled to be noisy. It's getting cold. It must be cold out today. And opposite directions. We have partial insulation in the studio. One of my projects, probably for later on in the winter, is to improve the insulation. If you can do opposite directions with the shoulders, that's what it looks like. If you can't, don't worry about it. Do the same direction and opposite directions. I confused myself there. I actually looked at what my shoulders were doing, and for some reason, sort of paying attention to it, I nearly lost the whole thing. It was like, oh, which way is it going? But yeah, opposite directions. Oh, that was both the same direction. Another universe in the metaverse, subtly changed. Circle the arms. Oh, which way do I want to go? This way, there we go. Circle the arms. You can bounce the legs if you like, so the whole body is involved. From a Tai Chi purist standpoint, the legs should be leading the way, so the energy starts at a theoretical level, change direction, starts in the ground, comes up through the feet, through the knees, through the hips, through the waist, into the arms and the hands. But that doesn't really matter for this exercise. It's nice if you can do it, but just from a health and wellness point of view, just gently moving the whole body, job done. And opposite directions. Here, it's not about the feet and the legs moving up and down. Here it's mainly about the arms moving and the waist turning from side to side very slightly, just to help with that. If you concentrate on the arms will lead the waist. If you pay attention to the waist as well, change direction, you may find you can actually feel as if the waist is rotating the arms. And if that doesn't make sense, don't worry. Awful lot of things in Tai Chi. The thought in the back of my mind is awful lot of things in life don't make sense. Just the way it is. Gently, I'm just coming in, gently, head forward, head back. Sorry, I'll face the camera a bit more. So pointing the chin at the camera, not pointing the whole head and then pulling it back. Legs relaxed again. Keeping the head upright, moving the whole head side to side. I think I've been doing this exercise, the side to side one, for about 9 months. When I first started doing it, there was no movement at all. My head didn't want to go side to side. It now goes a little bit. Who knows what the future holds. Head in a U shape. Nice and gently. Up to the side, down, up to the side. Or the corner. I should say you sort of look at the corner, down, look at the other corner. And relax. Okay, that, within a couple of seconds, takes us to 40 minutes. So if you have to leave at this point, so be it. If you can stay with me, let's start with some circles. and I will ignore the ding, and I will think I started when there were 10 seconds on the clock, and that means if I do another 10 seconds and now we reverse, that means we'll have done 20 seconds each way, therefore my OCD is happy. You can see that I'm moving the waist side to side as well as the arms, or the hips to be. If the hips move, the waist pretty much has to move, doesn't it? Now, opposite directions. Don't worry about anything moving. You can sit down. Opposite directions in front of the body. Right hand in front, left hand in front, right hand in front, left hand in front, if you can, doesn't matter. Change direction, left hand in front, right hand, left hand, right hand. And relax. Sorry, just need to. Nose was itchy. Clap out, clap out. I'm obviously controlling the speed. I'm not letting the hands go bang. I'm controlling the contact. Now diagonal, one diagonal, the other diagonal. And this is all actually controlled. You don't want to sort of fling the arms out and have them go flying into the next door neighbour's garden. Relax. Press the hands together behind the back. Bring them up, keeping the hands together. Turn them over so the fingers are pointing up. Keep the hands together. You can probably see in the insert picture. Take them down. Bring the hands up with the fingers pointing down. Turn the fingers up. Take one arm, put it over the shoulder, push down. So you're pushing the fingertips down along the spine, pushing down with the hand that's on top of the elbow. Change over, the other hand goes down the spine, the other hand on the elbow pushes it down a little bit. Relax, circle the shoulders. Change direction. Feet shoulder width apart, turn the waist, let the arms float around the body. keep the waist turning, keep the arms floating. It slows down because as you turn, you let the hips turn and you come up on what's called the empty leg, in other words, not the supporting leg. You let the toes of that leg come off the ground. Toes of that foot, of that leg. You know what I mean. Take the feet slightly wider, arms up, drop them. Arms up, drop them. I'm going to bring the feet in slightly so I can sit into the leg comfortably. We're going to carry on with this exercise. Arms up, relax and release, relax and release. So carry on. Now, take the feet so they're pointed outwards and gently, really gently at this point, little movements, little mini squats, but keeping the knees out to the diagonal in line with the toes and not going any further than the toes. So you don't want to do deep squats, just nice gentle ones. Take the feet out a little bit wider, same thing, gentle squats. Taking the squat sort of into one leg, then into the other. I'm adjusting my feet slightly. I'm not trying to go as low as I would like to go, or even as low as I can. I actually want to keep it a little bit higher because I want to do it for a little bit longer. I want it to be gentle. Up, bring the feet up, you know what I mean, stand up. Gently raise one leg, then the other. Don't worry about the hands for this to begin with. I just want to concentrate on trying to get the knee as high as you comfortably can. Now, here's the thing, let's go sideways. If I do it fast, I can go higher than if I do it slowly, but I don't want to go fast. I want to use the muscles in the leg to lift the leg in a controlled fashion. I don't just want to whoosh for this exercise. There are times when you may well want to whoosh, but not today. Next exercise, gently take one leg, then the other, out to the side. Again, I could probably go higher if I made it a dynamic movement, but I don't want it to be dynamic, I want it to be controlled. Obviously, I take it as read that there's no Ming vases around. Look behind you, make sure you've got space. Straight leg raises behind you. Feet 1.5 shoulder width, circles. You need to bend the legs a little. Change direction. Feet as wide as you can, just hold it there, and then a bit wider if you can, hold it there. So just a gentle stretch, don't overdo it, don't try and copy my position. You may be more flexible than me, you may be less flexible, just whatever works, just gentle stretching out the legs. I'm just letting them slide out a little bit further. Keep the stretch for another 30 seconds. I'm letting them go a little bit wider. You'll see when I pull them in that I have to kind of touch the floor and faff around. I can't just the legs in. These muscles are not that strong, especially when they're being stretched like this. So I'm going to lean forward, find a way, do whatever you need to do to bring the feet in. Gently circle the waist. I know we're doing a lot of circles, but trust me, they are good for you. Other direction, by the way. Naughty Robert, I changed direction without giving verbal instructions, but you can probably figure it out when I do that. Okay, couple of specific exercises. Actually, before we do that, circle the knee. Let's just change direction. Change to the other leg, circle the knee. Change direction. And feet about shoulder width or hip width apart. Coming up on the toes, coming down, up, down. Now, if you have confidence in your strength of your ankles, then what we're going to do is we're going to go, so we're bouncing in effect. One foot raises the heel off the floor. But if you have any ankle problems, obviously this is contraindicated and you shouldn't do it. Or you build up to it, which is what I've done. Keep going, because I have ankle problems, but I've been doing a lot of exercises that hopefully improve and strengthen my ankles. Palms together, sorry, it's all getting to camera. Palms together, pushing down. So stretching the, so in effect stretching the fingers back towards the elbow. Knees relaxed, legs bent. Change so it's palms back to back. And again, I'm letting the hands rise up slightly in this case. The elbows tending downwards, stretching the wrists. Relax, give it a little shape. Be an aeroplane. Knees bent, sitting backwards slightly. Rotating the forearms, keeping the upper arms still. Change direction. Couldn't think then, because I was thinking of the next exercise. Elbows tucked in, so the elbows are tucked in, touching the body. The forearms are fairly static. It's just the hands going around in circles. The legs are relaxed, the knees are slightly bent. Change direction. Let the elbows come away from the sides. You're flicking the hands horizontally as if you were sort of slapping. Sort of. You've seen it on the movies. Well, I think I did some time ago, years ago. That kind of slapping anyway. You're not really slapping anybody. At least I hope you're not. And now we sort of chop. I say sort of because if I come in close to camera, you should see that it flicks up and down. So it's not a karate chop where you would hold the wrists stable. Here we're actually trying to flex the hands up and down. Obviously, excuse me, itchy nose. Obviously, if you had anything like arthritis, you wouldn't, wrist, you wouldn't do this. And relax. Okay, we are nearly at the hour, so we'll finish off with a triple backflip. No, we won't. We will finish off just by saying thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed this session. Tell your friends, tell your family, even if they're not your friends, and see you soon, I hope. Thanks a lot. Bye.